Hello there, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Train Fever. So, last time we were here, we were finishing off putting basically road passenger services and occasional road goods services into operation on our new map. And the promise I made was that I would not force you to sit through any more of that because you'd done a couple of episodes already and you'd been very well behaved. So I've gone away and I've done the rest. And I said that I'd have this done by 1860. It is now January 1st, 1860. I do have the game paused at the moment. But, you know, first, confession time. I borrowed an extra 1.3 million in order to get those services done. I haven't got all the goods done, but I do have all the passengers done. I'm not going to be doing goods today. I'll probably do them another time while you're not around, just generally to fuel the growth in the towns we've got. Now, what I wanted to show you while we were paused, in fact, I'll unpause again, there we go, is look at the growth in revenue. So, I'd been debating whether it's worth, given the amount of money that you can make later on, whether it's worth actually taking out loans early on, knowing that you can probably offset, you know, 45, 50k in terms of interest, in order to get that early expansion going. And the result of my investigation is, yes, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. In fact, given that your kind of loan max is in the region of 10 million-ish, thereabouts, I think it's 10 million, then yeah, it's almost certainly worth doing if you've already got a profitable business. And if, and you know, Train Fever is a game where once you've played through it once or twice, you've got a really good feel as to what will make profit and over what kind of term. The risk attachment is if you start messing around with goods and you don't do it well. I don't know anybody who maybe falls into that category other than I don't know myself. But running passenger services is almost always, I mean, I hesitate to say absolutely always, but it almost always ends up being profitable eventually. So providing you don't cap out beyond the 10 million mark, you should be fine. But, I mean, look at the revenues we've been bringing in. 860 grand, 845 grand, with running costs of 500,000 and maintenance of another 100,000. That's 250 odd thousand profit. Which you can make every year, and obviously that will improve once you get rid of your loan, but you can make that money back. That's the thing. It's a question of knowing at which point you have overextended, and at the moment we are well beneath the kind of mark of overextension. So with that in mind, there is only one town left on the map. As you can see, if we have a quick skirt around here, there's only one town that I haven't put any services in whatsoever, and that's Maryport, which is going to be the centre of the map. Now, we might have a second kind of central hub, maybe Loftus, maybe Eastwood. I mean, Eastwood isn't quite as central, but you know, it's in the right kind of ballpark. But I haven't done Maryport at all because I'm going to bulldoze quite a lot of it, and I didn't want that to be too expensive when I did so. And we're going to try and get our double station system set up as soon as possible. And I have a plan to make that happen, and that's what we're going to do this episode. I'm going to borrow some money, I'm going to make it happen. I'm confident in my road services being able to offset the running costs of the station system that I build up. If I'm wrong, then we'll be resorting to restoring a previous save, won't we? So where are we? April, and 300,000 in, making 10,000 profit for the year. So that's not terrific, but it is going in the right direction. That's something. Am I jumping the gun? Should I hang on a little bit longer? I've got a couple of good services that aren't fully paying off yet, but they are building up, particularly around Loftus. Actually, where is Loftus? I left it around here. Yeah, so Loftus, I've literally just started this setup with lumber, and I mean, as you can see by where the vehicles are, you know, they're all clustered up here because we've only just started that off, but it's already paying off. So, you know, this is positive. And when there's something to take back to Loftus Lumber here, so some goods to take back to the lumberyard, it means we're getting paid for doing the return leg. I'm never going to complain about that. That's fantastic. So yeah, that's going to pay off quite handsomely. What's the big earner now that we're in May? The problem with goods routes is because they're so widely spread out that you'll have 1 year where they pay off big and another year where they barely pay off at all. So, I mean, you can see how many different routes we're running. And to be honest, most of these I could bang an extra vehicle on and they'd make even more cash. In fact, you know, I might do that at some point because demand is basically increasing across the board. Right, so before I get onto the Maryport, yeah, before I get onto Project Maryport, let's just have a quick look at the size of the towns that we've got going on. So we're in the 100s, 200s. Who's the big dog at the moment? Worthing. Worthing is the big dog. And everything's growing. You know, it's just a case of getting some cargo in there, and it should grow a little bit faster. Worthing, which is... No, that's Worksop. Look at Worksop. Worksop's doing gangbusters for passengers. 11 guys waiting, carriage turning up now. Fantastic. And we're running 3 carriages around town. So, I mean, you know, that's kind of the poster child for setting up multiple services around the outside. You know, everything's coming up. It's all good. And, you know, in the time I've been speaking to you, we've gone from a balance of 0 to a balance of 300,000. Let's just verify that. Yeah, 283,000 profit for the year. So you can see, profitable services, and they're only going to get more so. So now is the time to do something rash and spectacular. And that's my middle name. So, Colonel Rash and Spectacular Failure, that's me. Right, so, hub and spokes. Now, the plan is we're doing a double station in Maryport. And it's at the size now that we can basically use this forested area as the middle of town, and then expand around the outside of it and turn it into kind of, you know, a super town, effectively. Minor concern about this coal mine, rather, here, but that's not enough to stop me. The question is, what have we got that's nearby? He says, hovering over Loftus repeatedly, that could be our first target. I think we're talking Claycross and we're talking Loftus. So we're going to have 8 stations, 8 platforms in total, and I want to lay this out in such a way that I don't have to come back to it later. And I've got very little idea on how I'm going to do that. Except I do have a plan. It's not a cheap plan, but it is a plan. So let's stop wittering on and get on with it. Right, first things first. Do we want a really corker of a street here? No, let's put a medium-sized street. So we're going to run a straight line down to there. Now you're going to try and charge me 150k for that, and I'm not into that. So there we go. Hang on, let's check the lay of this particular land. Hey, wouldn't you know it? It's on a magnificent slight slope. Maybe this is the wrong town to be doing this in. Well, it is the centre of the map, so what else are you going to do? Alright. Okay, well, you know, this is the approach we've decided to take. Connect those up, that's 160,000, but that is a lovely straight line. Alright, we're going to do it. What are you colliding with? Some kind of mysterious tree. Well, let's go a little further then. 130,000. Far more acceptable. Right. I am going to take out loans in order to make this happen. Just, you know, brace yourself for that. I don't want to see any wincing in the back. Actually, I'm going to extend this road a little bit further. There we go. Right. And right now, I'm going to build a small station. But you were talking about building a really big station. I know I was. And we'll get to that. but I want just a small station to start with. But we will go maximum length. So what are we looking at here? 400 and more than I can afford, 1,000. Okay, right. That is 400 and more than you can afford. Alright, what's a 160 going to run us? 200. No, let's get this right. Let's make sure that we've got the space sat there waiting. Okay, 400 and more than I can afford, 1,000. 400 and... There we go. 400 and can afford it, 1,000. Right about there. Okay. Yes, that is going to lead to some fun and games crossing the road, but that's okay. So, what I want to do is I want to reserve the area next to it, which basically means we want to, if we stick some track in here, and it doesn't get horribly expensive, right, what we'll do is we'll just do a little, because basically what I don't want is I don't want the AI building in this area. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. For the amount that it's going to cost, I could very easily just turf them when it comes time to build more stuff. But I'm going to use this little blocking method. My original plan here was to just lay a bunch of straight track. I know this is madness, but I'm reserving the area. If I use roads to do this with, then there would be the likelihood that the AI decided to build on those roads. Thanks very much, AI. Equally, if I planted down the other station, I'd have to maintain that station. I'd have to meet the running costs of it. So we're going to go with that method. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We just want to run one train line for the time being. So this is we've got a connection here. This is going to be temporary. We're going to revise this once we've got to the point that the money's coming in. And frankly, since we're running steam trains, it almost doesn't matter that the curve's going to be horrific here. Where are we heading? Loftus, which is there. There we go. 103 versus 125 versus 150. 103 wins. And to be honest, you know, I think we're going to end up doing all kinds of madness with regard to groundworks. 9,000. Okay, I'll take that. So yeah, it's you know, it always matters how much slope and stuff you've got going on, particularly with these early age kind of gutless engines. Because they're quite sensitive to, in fact, you know, let's pause here so that we don't just fritter cash away. Or is that a bad idea? You're letting your services build up in profitability. No, we'll carry on. So this is going to be quite a bumpy track initially. Later on, we'll spend the money, we'll do it in an expensive fashion just to get it there. But right now, I just want it running, please. So there's going to be an awful lot of changes in altitude, in climb. This hill did not look that big. Evidently, it is. And as mentioned in a previous episode, make sure you're facing forwards, otherwise you may end up with your track going in a completely bananas direction while you were thinking it was actually going straight. 19's okay. First test, you're going to get across there? Yeah, you're going across there. Good lad. Okay, let's get the second station up. I've got the cash for all of this, which is grand. Okay, so we're thinking in loops, right? So the idea is that from Maryport, we'll go out to Loftus, we'll go to Neston, we'll go to Holsworthy, we'll go to Clay Cross, we'll probably not go to Deal, but we'll go to Southwick, we'll go to Bingham, we'll go direct to Waltham Abbey, and probably... what else have we got here? No, Waltham Abbey might be the furthest away that we go. But we'll run direct services to those stations. And out of those, we'll then loop around the others, incorporating Maryport in that loop. So we should end up with, you know, like a Maryport, Clay Cross, Lostwithiel, and then maybe Skelton, maybe Deal, or maybe we do that in two parts. So maybe we go Maryport, Clay Cross, Deal, Skelton, Southwick, and back again. And then we could go Maryport, Southwick, Bingham, Ellesmere, Waltham Abbey, back to Maryport, and so on. So it'll be a whole bunch of interlocking loops around the outside. And the net result should be that if we're running, you know, 5, 6, 7 trains on each one, it should look pretty impressive. That's the hope. So if where are we going to run from Loftus? So if we go, because the only reason I ask, the only reason I'm considering it is in terms of station placement. Because while we can replace the station, what I don't want to do is put it in just the wrong place. So let's have a quick look here. So we've got Loftus, Eastwood, Bishop Stortford, Nuneaton, Waltham Abbey, and back again. It's not a bad route. Equally, we've got Loftus, Bexley, Guildford, or Loftus, Guildford, Worksop, Liskeard, Bexley. Okay, so I think what we're looking at here is we want to be on the left-hand side of Loftus as we're looking at it now. There we go. I've made that's an executive decision right there. The planning committee have met. They have come to a conclusion. Okay, I'm probably not going to do the track madness here, but we'll stick a single track up there, and single track will do us just fine for the time being because I'm only going to run one service. So now, let's just link those up. Let's see how much a direct attachment will cost us. $1.5 million, which incorporates a tunnel. What if it didn't? Then it's 9 million. Stone me! Okay, right. Let's see if we can do that cheaper, shall we? So if I were to take you over... That's where it's cutting through. So it's cutting through the hill there. I think if we make it as far as the... Okay, alright. This is going to need to be a slightly shorter segment. And the easy way to tell how much work they're putting in is by the price that the track is costing you to lay. So bridges and earthworks cost more money than than not. Yeah, we'll take that. 50,000's okay. No bridge for me. What's going on here? How much of an incline have we got there? 300,000. No, I don't want 300,000. But we do still want to climb this hill. Take it as far as there. So yeah, this is not going to be the fastest route you've ever seen, but we've already saved, I mean, even with this last section, which I'm not going to keep, I'm going to change that up because I think we can do that better. Let's take it to there, and then... Bad. Once again, no thank you for the tunnel. No, thank you. 120k. Less interested in 120k. It's all the same to you. So yeah, short sections of track, and you know, monitor how much work it's putting in terms of moving earth around or building bridges. I'm going to try and keep this as low budget as possible. Whoa. Steady on, steady on. There you go. So what do you want for that? 140 to finish out. That's maybe too much of a dip at the end there. I don't think that dip's necessary. So let's go. Let's take you forward onto the band again. Make sure that we're pointing in the right seat, because even then it started developing just the slightest kink off to the side. 14 to right. 78,000. I don't think there's any way of avoiding that. So, right, we'll take it. Good. There we go. That's a connection. 2 towns connected up. And that will, you know, this will serve us for the time being. So let's make this a line from Maryport over to Loftus. Now, I'm optimistic. You know, I haven't spent all the money that was thrown at me for this. So I'm optimistic that we can make this pay off. I'm pretty optimistic that this particular, you know, track interference system works in such a way. In fact, I'll probably do some more. So let's go Mary Loft with this. We'll come up with a better naming scheme later. Once we've got kind of our looping system set up and rolling, we'll come up with a better naming scheme. So let's just extend stuff. Let's extend out the back just for this initial section. Because I just remember, you know, getting to the end of the previous playthrough, we had 200 million in the bank, and no real way to spend that money, not without, you know, just being unnecessary. So we can buy a general, and what will that take? 14 passengers. Let's put 4 cars in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 56 passengers. Never going to use all of those. You can be train 1. There we go. Right, in business. Waiting for a free path. I doubt that. You're waiting for me to unpause. That's what you're waiting for. Okay, so it's an ugly track, but then a lot of, you know, pioneering track was ugly. The big question is how long it's going to take for this to start earning its keep. And once it is doing, I'll rearrange the passenger line in Loftus to make sure that we've got a Loftus Grand Central going on. 16 kilometres an hour. Have I overburdened this, you think? Interesting. It's going to be interesting to find out, I'll tell you that. Right, okay, let's follow it. Here we go. Now, as ever, you know, trains are going to take a little while to generate. Hopefully, the shortcomings of the train system will be offset nicely by successes on the roads. I hope. I'm pretty sure the cost of one train and 2 stations could be offset. Could well be I've overloaded it. So this has got a top speed apparently of 45 kilometres an hour. We'll see. I mean, there's so many changes in inclination on this route. We've got a downhill to start with, so this is at least going to give us a nudge in the right direction. Right, here we go. Yeah, look at this track. Hideous. But we're going to rebuild it. This is just to get some passenger on the go. So we're up to 44. We are doing a reasonably steep up here. The fact that we're going to contest it. And we're still budgeting. So that's over. Yes, rather like a roller coaster. Passengers on the board, not roller coasters. Right, let's have a look and see how, while we're watching this this handsome devil do its first run. We made 1.3 million last year. This is proving a point. So I'd like to get to the point now where we can start to pay this money back now, because 75k is not insignificant. So maybe we need to avoid any big spends for it. Focus on adding more road vehicles onto our tried and tested stuff. So what's the scheduled time? 10 minutes. Well, that's plenty of time for passengers to decide that rails are the future. Isn't it? Splendid. Anybody waiting? Nobody waiting. Okay. Right, okay, right. Well, in that case, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start redeveloping this line while the general is in progress. Let's have a look. It's easily done. Easily done. So we'll put... no, not a good station. We'll put a... there you go. Passenger stop there. Let's group those together. Let's group those together. Close that. Let's group these together. Group. There we are. And this is Loftus Grand Central. The first of many Grand Centrals. And then, right, so we want the Loftus route. Road, please. Loftus. There we go. Okay, so what are we going to have to do? We'd have to take out, or we could build a second route. Do we think that's a good idea? Yes, I think that's a good idea. Okay, let's put a second circuit around town, and let's go from the crescent, and then we'll take a zip through there, and we'll still. I wanted to hit Church Lane. It's on the wrong side of this junction. Okay, well that's all right. We can do that. We'll hit there, come up, hit West Street, hit Church Lane, hit Park Road. Is that right? Yep, we're still on the right-hand side. Yes, this is right. It's fine. You've got it. You're on fire, my friend. Come down here, hit that. You sure? Man, I'm totally sure. Then we'll hit West Street again. Go. And then head back to the Crescent. This is ugly. Okay, maybe we don't do the Crescent. Okay, that's better. We'll do Main Street, and we'll do the Avenue. Okay, so let's go Loftus 2, and I want crossover between the two lines because that way we might be able to effectively double dip on some of those passengers and get them to pay for 2 tickets rather than 1. Right. So here we go. York Road. Have you got this wrong? Yeah, it's going the wrong way. It's going the wrong way. Alright, okay, you know how you were talking about being an absolute ruddy expert at planning these things out now. I've got some bad news. You're not. Come on, let's get this done. Where is it? You had it on the wrong side of the road, you fool. And this one. Put that there. Put that there. Right, okay. Add station. Let's start at London Road, and then let's go to York Road. Right, we're going up in the direction I originally planned. And then, if we come round here, that's on the wrong side of the road as well. You didn't think this through. You did, you know, as poor jobs go, you've done a poor job here. Add station. Well, Park Road's viable. Should we have another one in between? Can we get a fella on here somewhere? I want it there, just outside whatever this is being built. There we go. Add station, that one. Crazy. Nope, that looks right. And then Park Road. Grand Central. And then this should be on... Yeah, you see, got it wrong again. Wow. Was I thinking I was going the other way around, maybe? Certainly wasn't the way that I routed it round. Interesting. Addled. Losing my tiny mind. There we go, West Street. And then did I set up 2 at Main Street? Yes. Main Street. And then the Avenue. Right. That looks right to me. Hold on, no. What have we got going on here? Come round, and then you go York Road, then you go London Road. And why are you peeling off in both directions? That doesn't make sense to me. Unless we're trying to hit... Alright, 1, 2. You've got these the wrong way round. Okay, right, remove. Okay, so after the Avenue, we then go to York Road, and then we go to London Road. Happy now? Good, right, yes, sorry about that. You know, sometimes it does take a little bit of talking to oneself sternly to figure out why something isn't working. We've got a depot here. By road vehicles, we'll take 2, please. And we'll apply this to Loftus 2. Set line. Well, okay, let's set both set line. Loftus 2. Good, right, smashing. So that should help drive a few more passengers towards the station, but we do have some waiting already. We've got 3 waiting for the Mary Loft. Where's the train got to? I don't think it's got anybody on board. No. However, what have we got waiting for us down at the other end? Not a sausage. Alright, well, if we're going to want this to pay for itself, which we very clearly do, we're going to want to set this up as well. Everyone drives on the right, and you like going clockwise around town. Okay, well, there's 2 passengers there now. That's good. 1, 2, yes, that's on the right. Yep, okay. Let's stop in this forest here. That's a good-sized town already, but I'm hoping that once I start expanding, that actually this town is going to take up quite a lot of the area in the surrounding area as well, which will be kind of nifty. That'll do it. Okay, set up a. It's not called Mary Loft. That's the. It's Maryport. Right, here we go. No, wait. Click the right button. Here we are. There we go. Yep. This is all good. Yeah, I know. It's far less confusing when you haven't got anything running already. Alright, smashing. So this is Mary. See, I keep thinking it's Mary Loft. It's not Mary Loft, it's Maryport. This will become a memorable name, I'm certain of it. Alright, fine. And let's use the depot at Loftus to get that set up. It's a bit lazy, but 1, 2, 3 should cover it. To Maryport, please. There we go. Off you trot. It takes a little while for them to get situated. But now, here's the question. Is this going to end up being profitable? This rail line will do. It's already started to attract a few passengers, and the addition of the road services that are servicing those stations should make it profitable quicker. What are we talking about here? 5 passengers on board. Okay, cool. I think it'll pay off. I hope it will pay off. There we go. That is Maryport. US, it's a Grand Central. Right? Okay, there we go. Splendid. Okay, that'll wrap it up for this kind of extended episode. Please join in next time, where more things will be occurring. We've burned through 1.4 million this year, which is an exciting number. I'm not going to go much further with this now. You can join in at the very next opportunity. Thanks very much. I've been Colonel Failure. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we shall meet again very soon. where I shall be confidently spending money like water. Thanks very much. Catch you next time. Cheerio.